Hey guys, Moneyman300 back with another Forza 6 video, and this is going to be a little demonstration. We're going to be looking at seeing if manual with a clutch is still faster than manual, which is still faster than auto in Forza 6, as it was in Forza 5 and most other Forzas, Horizon, and those included. Now, mileage is going to vary between your cars, your builds, your tunes, and the classes. So generally speaking, the lower the class, the more benefit you're going to get out of, if it still holds true anyway, out of manual with the clutch. As opposed to up in the, you start to get up in the higher classes and you already have race transmissions and you have race clutches and all of those things. The difference is minimized, but you can still see some benefit out of manual with the clutch, and at least that's the way it held before. So let's get right into it. I am on the half mile track. We are starting with the D class car. This is the 97 Civic Type R, one that's pretty common for people to use, so I thought this would be a good one to use for this. So as you can see here, we are set for automatic, and we're going to come in here. We're going to get right into it. We're going to run 3 runs on the half mile drag track in each configuration, and then there's another car we may bump up to like an S class car just to do a comparison, just to show you guys that as you get up in the higher classes, the difference may be less. At least it was in the past, and in some cases you get all the way up into like P class and X, and those you're better off not using the clutch because you can't get off the line. So there it is, a breaking point in there. All right, here we go. Here's our Civic here. Let's get down in that in-car view right here. All right, we're just gonna hold the trigger down. Not gonna do anything fancy. We're just gonna let her go. Gotta listen to that engine whine, listen to that exhaust a little bit. Sounds like got a race exhaust on there probably. I don't remember what I did. Built this a couple weeks ago. How are we gonna end up here? All right, so our first run is in the 23.207. So we'll kind of make a mental note of that. Kind of generally where we're running 23.2 on our first run in the half mile. Let's get ready for our second run here. Yeah, we'll do one. Let's take a look at the outside of that car. I don't want to make any variables. Not that that should do anything whatsoever, but let's just keep everything the same. Let's start messing around. Have something being different. Like I said, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just holding it down, not touching anything else. Obviously, there's not much else you can do in a drag race when you're running auto. Technically, you should run 20 or 30 of these to get a real, good sample size, but video like this take a while if we did that, or at least it would take me a lot of time outside the video compiling those results. I think we'll get a good enough feel from here. So that second one was closer to 22.3. Shoot, I already forgot. 23.2 and 23.3, I believe. That was like 22.291 or 23.291. So within about a tenth of each other. Let's see what this third one looks like. See if it's up in the 23.2 to 3 range again. And then we'll flip over to manual and give it a run there. When I do manual, we'll run it just see early these shift. I think that's part of it. And sometimes in some cases you'll end up even shifting an extra time. Although this should be about the same based on what I'm looking at. All of these should finish in 5th gear, which is good. That gives us a good, even a better. So 23.457 even went up. So we had 23.2, 23.3 or 23.29 and 23.457. So those were our ranges on that one. Let's finish this out here real quick and continue there. Let's pop back out, and we are going to switch it to manual with the clutch. Now this car does not have it may have an upgraded transmission, but it does not have race transmission. It also does not have a race clutch, so has stock clutch only. So just so you know what we're working with here. So let's go over here and let's pull in our assists, and I have traction control off. Make sure we want to do that, and we're gonna flip this to manual real quick, and we're gonna get right back out there, and we'll do some shifting now. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be faster, but I don't know how much, because we're still dealing with not having a race clutch and not having a race transmission, which does slow down our shifting speed. It's a little hard to say. Shouldn't have been that hard to say, but I guess it was. On that test track, airfield, half-mile drag strip. I don't do much drag racing. I don't really do any drag tunes or anything. Just not a part of the game that I've really gotten into. Maybe someday. So we're going to run this up a little higher. We're going to just pass the red line. I'm going to hit the wall. Almost hit the wall. That would have sucked. All right, so what do we got there? I mean, it's not even close, right? I don't even think I have to run 3 there. 21.9, maybe 22 flat. That's almost a second and a half faster. I mean, that right there is significant. So let's do this again. Let's make sure that we give it its proper due out here. But significantly faster. Not even close. There we go. Let's get this second run in. See if we can beat our last time. Remember leaving a little further past, a little deeper into the red line here. So a little slower, 22.206, still a solid second or more faster than our automatic time. So let's run this one more time. So there's a sweet spot in there. A lot of it has to do with these. They don't always come off, even though I'm doing the same thing. I'm just holding the trigger down. They don't always come off the line the same, and adds just a little level of variability in what we do here. That shifted a little earlier that time. Just kind of going by sound. See where this one ends up. See if we get under 22 again. Not going to be under 22. Remember, we're up to 22.5. The first 2 shifts weren't very good. I had one that I was cut a little short and one I got a little long with. But anyway, still not even close. We're still a second. So anywhere from a second to a second and a half faster with just average shifting in there. So that's pretty good. It is definitely faster with manual. Let's take a look now. Get back to the lobby and let's take a look at manual with a clutch and see how that's going. And then we'll pop up. We'll take a look and see if we get similar results. And I think it'll be interesting to see. Well, let's see what these results are like first, because these could be interesting. It's possible that they've kind of balanced this out a little bit, and I think that would actually be a good thing with the controller. It doesn't really make much sense, the shifting with the clutch deal on the controller anyway. But let's see what we got here. So let's go manual with the clutch, and let's get back in here. And let's get on the track. All right. So I'm interested to see this. I have not ran this. I did the automatic and stuff, just playing around with it, but I have not ran, so I don't know what this time's going to look like. And it was the same thing on manual. That was the first time I did that. So I'm kind of playing along at home with you guys, just seeing the results for the first time myself. Instead of going and doing a bunch of pre-testing and then coming back and doing a video, I thought it'd be kind of nice to just kind of do this thing live and take a look at the results together here. All right, here we go. Hopefully it gets off the line okay. Sometimes with that clutch you can have I can tell the shifts are faster. What we got here could be in that same range. 21.6. Yikes. So now that's even faster. You can tell just by listening to the shifts. You're getting near instant shifts without having to have a race clutch and race transmission in there. And we'll do the next one here because obviously there's variability in there, but that is the fastest time that we've had so far, and I don't believe that that's any coincidence. I didn't hit all the perfect shifts, or maybe I did, but Now, and I'm using the method of not, you know, obviously not taking the your hands off of there. Now we're 21.7, still right in that same range, and using the A as my clutch. So I'm A and B, A and X for the shifts, which is a pretty typical way. Some people will use the bumper, but that is a typical way of shifting in Forza. So just give you guys heads up, that is, I'm not letting off the gas as I shift when I do this, just to show that it's faster. I mean, you could. I'm just not sure you would get the same results. I think this shows a little bit more of the theoretical possibility of what manual with the clutch does. So there you are again, 21.7, also significantly more consistent for me anyway. So, you know, a lot of good stuff there, right? I mean, it's it's faster, right? I mean, I don't know what I was gonna say there, if I was gonna, you know, have some really profound thing to say or not, but no, it's faster, right? It just is. It was faster, and it seemed more consistent as well. So, you know, overall, manual with the clutch in this D class in this car, and I would be shocked if it wasn't like that for other cars. Now, if I came in and put a race transmission in, that's going to race transmission and race clutch, that's going to even it up more. But also, I had to spend the PI to do that. So, in order to keep it right in that same class, you would also have to do a little something different, right? You'd have to take some engine parts out and things like that. So it allows you to not have to put a clutch in and use that PI on tires, you know, handling parts, weight, engine, you know, whatever it might be that you can use for that PI. So there's that one. Let's take a look. Let's do a quick. We'll only do like 2 of another one, but let's go over and take a look at another car here. Maybe one of these Audis or something. Let me see what cars we got here. Not a Cadillac. Got some Chevys. Do I get like a Corvette here? But I don't have it tuned. I don't have a lot of stuff in the higher classes yet. Got some Ferraris though. Do I have any tuned? We can do a Ferraris. The problem with this is we're gonna spin the back wheels so much. You know, I almost need to do something. Let's do the Audi. And let's take a look at that, just because this is we got this one too, the BMW. I don't think this one's all-wheel drive, so we may be dealing with a wheel spin here. I don't have any of the other ones really tuned up. So let's do this. Let's go back over here. Let's do the Audi. That's good when it's all-wheel drive. You don't have to worry about the wheel spin and things like that. So first things first, let's get over here. Let's do our assists, and let's pull this back to automatic. And I'm pretty sure this car has some of the race parts on it, so it should, if our theory holds correct, be a little bit closer. So I did have 3 in here. We'll go ahead and do all 3. We'll zip through them quickly. Should be a little faster, obviously, because the car's faster. And it's what do we, a half mile? Yeah. I don't think it would have needed to extend it to a mile. I don't think that would have really bought us anything. Most of the time that's spent on this video is loading the track. Right? I need to keep that thing cached in there so I can just flip back over to it, but not the way it works. I don't remember if I tuned this car. I must have, because it's tuned up, so I must have tuned this thing. Let's take a look at this beast. Pretty cool. So just holding the trigger down again. We are on automatic. So we'll see what kind of look we get. It's wrapping through the gears pretty quick. Sounds awesome. See what we end up with here. It's not the race model, obviously. This is more the street model with just a race type paint job on it. 15.749 on our first run. Let's skip through this stuff, get through this quickly. 15.749, so just over 15.7 on that first run. And let's see what we get here. I mean, this thing shifts gears fast. I don't know, man. We go to manual, and the only thing is it still shifts a little low, but I don't know with the horsepower that this engine has, the all-wheel drive and all that, if that's really going to make that much of a difference, to be honest with you. So pretty consistent there. We're at 15.75 again, almost right on the button the same. So let's see what we get here. one last time in the automatic. Ugh, get there. Some of them seem to bog down a little bit more off the start. So like I said, you'd really need to run this 30, 50, 100 times if you could, and really get a good sample rate, so you're gonna have some outliers out there, that change things up. See, that one, I thought that bogged down more at the beginning, and as a result, we were in the 16.0 range. So, like I said, I don't know how you fix that. That just is what it is. So let's flip over, switch it back to manual, and see what we're looking like there. My guess is going to be close. It's going to be, I know it's, I can tell you what it's not going to be. There's no way it's going to be a second faster. I can just tell by the way that's going through the gears that there isn't any way that that's going to be a second, maybe a couple of tenths. I don't know. We'll see here. So let's do manual, and let's go. Reload our track back in there. I got to get a drink here. Mouth's getting dry. All that talking. Been kind of on that video grind. Glad to be back into it, making videos after a little break. Feels good. Enjoy it. Glad to be playing some Forza again. That's fun as well. All right, here we go. I gotta remember to shift. So we're gonna run a little higher, red line, a little, around the red line. Nothing too crazy. Maybe in the second run, we'll let it go a little higher into the red lines. The big difference there is I don't shift into 6th gear, which that helps. So 15.549, that was pretty quick. That was about 2 tenths faster than the first 2 runs we had. So like I said, it's not seconds faster, but it's still faster. The other thing about it is you have control, right? It's definitely fast. You're going to be, so in a straight line like this, you get benefits. On a circuit track, they're less measurable. I'm going to let these go just a little deeper into there. See if that has any effect on it. And then the last one, I'm actually going to shift up into 6th gear to see what that does as well. So there we are. We're in the same range again, 15.533. So we're still about 2 tenths faster. But when you're in a circuit race and when you're on the track, your ability to use shifts in the turns and keep your RPMs at a good level by shifting up or down, it can make seconds per lap difference over automatic. I mean, seconds. Seriously. So, the benefits in a straight line are good, obviously, but on the track, it is crazy. Oh, I missed that first shift. Got too far away from me. We'll see. It's probably going to be slower anyway. But I'm going to shift to 6th in here. Don't really make much difference. 15, still faster, a little slower. That slower could have been because I missed that first shift. So that is definitely faster. We got one more test here, and that is, let's pop over to manual with the clutch and see what that looks like compared. With as quick as this is shifting, I'll be surprised if it's faster, because even the manual, those shifts are, not instant, but near instant anyway. And I don't know how much faster we can get by using the manual with the clutch, but we will find out. Let's get that assists in there again, and let's get over there to manual with the clutch, accept that, and let's get back out there. Finish out our last test and then talk a little bit about our conclusions, and we will wrap it up. Get in here, load the track again. Can I make this start faster? Doing this in a private lobby. This is actually the only place I could find where you could just come out and do this. I went into free play, and in free play the drag tracks aren't available. So I'd actually come in to a private lobby and do that. I also tried it in a test drive, but you can't set the heats, so you can do it 3 or 4 times. It just does it once and ends. So if you want to do this, you got to do it in private lobby. All right, hopefully this thing gets off the line okay. See where we're at. See what we are in relation to what we were before. So 15.766, actually a little slower. I don't know if that was my shifting or if maybe, you know, when you get up here to these higher class cars, there's a potential it could be a little slower. I mean, it's not a lot, but that was, you know, that was 2/10, right? That was back in the automatic range. See if I can hit my shifts a little better here. See if that makes any difference. 15.665, so that's kind of interesting right there to see. So we got that's 2 in a row. We're in that 15.6 range. So right now, manual in this car is a little faster than manual with the clutch. Now let's do it one more time and see. Again, we'd have to do it a lot of times, but and one last time here, finish out our results. And 15.666. So it's a pretty, you know, pretty good out there. We were in the 15.7s to 16. We were in the 15.5s or so, right? And the 15.6s. So just slightly slower with the clutch. And I feel like my shifting was roughly the same. So, so I think it nullifies it. Once you get up into the higher classes, I do believe, and I think, you know, we can't come up with a full conclusion based on, you know, 3 races and this one car, but it seems at least in this instance that it is. Now, would that make me go change to manual over manual with the clutch? No, because I'm so used to doing manual with the clutch, and the difference isn't gonna. That difference I don't think is gonna manifest itself to anything on the track itself. Still going to be able to control my shift points and things like that. And if you can blip the throttle when you downshift to rev match, that's going to help also give you other benefits. So anyways, some interesting results there, but I can guarantee you that it is faster in the lower classes for sure. And the leaderboards will show that, right? There's a reason that all of the top times on the leaderboards are done with manual with the clutch. That's because it's faster, right? Now, but once you get up into the higher classes, that it starts to be negated just a little bit when you go through there. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.